knowing beforehand really why you're there and what you're trying to get out of the conversation, of the discussion, is really important. So that way you know when it's time to speed things up or skip over certain things.
I'm very transparent about my part in this presentation or meeting, because being the facilitator versus being a speaker versus being an observer, those roles or those quote unquote titles are very important. Everyone is clear about what they're supposed to do. And then being clear about what's the goal or goals.
I do have to write an outline before so that I know what are the subjects that I want to touch, and also the vocabulary that I need to maybe review or come up with. I always have to, if not have a PowerPoint to present, I also want to do a PowerPoint for myself so that I can have a structure, so that I know what I'm going to talk about first, then next, and then how I am going to end it.
I do think it's important to have some context, in terms of going in and understanding the things that might be hot button issues, the things that could be concerns, and not necessarily that the idea is that you're going to try and control a conversation. It's not about that at all, but understanding enough of the context that you maybe have some understanding of the things that might come up, so that you can also have some insight into how you might respond, what you can provide, what you might not be able to provide.
We have people register ahead of time for our community conversation programs, and I review the list of registered patrons ahead of time to watch for people who I know have been especially vocal about the issue, especially if they're a lead proponent or opponent for a local issue. It makes me a little more intentional in my audience management. If I know that someone really vocal is attending, it might make me set perhaps more firm ground rules than I would have in the past, or it might simply encourage me to make sure that that one person isn't dominating all the questions that are being asked, that I'm making sure that other people in the audience have an opportunity to ask their questions as well.